Coming up on Hashtag That.
We're back with the latest Hollywood news updates. We've got everything from Angela Lansbury to Cartoon Network.
All that and more from Hamden to Hollywood. We're your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
From Hamden to Hollywood, we are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
I'm Emily McManaman.
And I'm Julia Schnarr. Let's dive into some new Hollywood scoop.
The trailer for Blumhouse Productions' newest horror movie, Megan, just dropped last week and has been trending on Twitter ever since, but not for the reason you think. Set to release in 2023, Megan features a lifelike robotic doll who is programmed to care for a recently orphaned little girl. The part of the trailer that went viral, however, is a clip of the doll dancing very fluidly and realistically. Users all over the internet immediately began making memes and talking about the clip, so much so that the movie is now gaining popularity as a comedy and not as a thriller. With the success of recently released horror movies such as Barbarian, The Orphan, and Nope, it's unknown how well Megan will rank compared to them.
It's unfortunate that we mourn Angela Lansbury, who passed away this Tuesday at 96. The Hollywood screen and stage actress had a career that spanned decades, as she played the beloved Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast, a witch in Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and won 5 Tony Awards for her work on Broadway. Many of her co-stars are mourning the actress as she touched so many lives and hearts with her entertaining characters. Although we will miss her and her performances, we can keep her memory alive and well.
Season 6 of Netflix original show Big Mouth is set to premiere next week. This newest season of the cartoon comedy, based on the real-life experiences of co-creators Nick Kroll and Andrew Goldberg, is set to be the focus on the theme of family and will have each hormone monster teach our main characters lots of awkward and pubescent life lessons. Nick Kroll and John Mulaney are returning as the voices of Nick and Andrew, as well as featuring new celebrities like Ed Helms, Jeff Goldblum, Adam Levine, Steve-O, Tyler the Creator, and more. With a new season of humor, music, and exploration of the teenage mind, fans have lots to look forward to on October 28th.
The creator of Call Me By Your Name has a new film on the rise called Bones and All, starring Timothée Chalamet and Taylor Russell. Timmy fans are excited for the haunting and intriguing new trailer for this film that sparked some talk after revealing the plot surrounds cannibalism. Armie Hammer is not in the film, but due to recent events with Armie, his name was brought up more than once regarding this film. Armie and Timothy played opposites in Call Me By Your Name, and director Luca Guadagnino says Bones and All has nothing to do with Armie. I, for one, cannot wait to watch, dissect, and enjoy this film as it is set to release on November 18th.
A Hashtag That fan favorite is back. Here with Marvel Mondays is Mason and Audrey.
What's up, hashtag? It's Audrey.
And Mason, and Marvel
Mondays is back.
Today, we're giving our pros and cons of Season 1 of She-Hulk.
Spoilers ahead. You have been warned.
Pro number 1 is She-Hulk herself, played by Tatiana Maslany.
Jen Walters is such a spunky, awesome, fun new character, and she was just thrown into the MCU, and I think that she fits perfectly.
For sure. I think she got a lot of positive reception, and I'm really excited to see where she goes in the future. I think she's got a bright future ahead in the MCU.
So the first con of the list is the CGI used throughout all of She-Hulk. Since the trailer was released, a lot of people were having issues about the way She-Hulk looked and the way that the CGI was being used.
For sure, but I think there definitely was an improvement from the trailer to the show. Many people have pointed that out. And with all the recent news of Marvel maybe mistreating their visual effects workers, I'm willing to give them a pass, and it was well done for a TV series.
And people are annoyed that a big green human being does not look realistic. It's because it is a big green human being. It shouldn't look realistic.
Pro number 2 has to be the return of Daredevil, played by Charlie Cox. Now, leading into this series, people were pretty nervous about how this would go, especially after Kingpin was depicted in Hawkeye. But, general consensus is this went really well. I thought it was very true to the character, it was fun, it was still serious, and it was a very successful reintroduction into this beloved character, for sure.
Yeah, it was really cool to see the darkness of Daredevil put into such a funny show like She-Hulk, and also just Murdoch's and Walter's relationship in this show was so perfectly done. From the witty remarks to the flirty remarks, everything was done so flawlessly.
Definitely. The second con has to be the writing. While I did think the story was good, You know, it started really strong and it ended really strong, but some plot points in the middle seemed to lose people, and I don't know, it just wasn't as smooth as I wanted it to be.
I agree. The Bridesmaids episode was a little bit lost for me. It didn't really hit, but then there were so many other parts of this show that really did.
A lot of the complaints around the show seemed to be around the comedy. Obviously, this was advertised as a workplace comedy, a law comedy, and some people thought that the comedy was really missing throughout the show or didn't land as much as wanted.
Our final pro is how Jen always breaks the fourth wall, and it's just a really different way of telling a story, and it's like nothing we've seen before in the MCU.
For sure, and they really used this a lot in the finale. It got super meta, super weird, super fast, but I thought it really worked, and you know, definitely a bold swing, some mixed reactions, but I think overall it really packed the punch the show needed and really differentiated it from the other shows on Disney+.
It smashed. That's all we have for this episode of Marvel Mondays.
More #that coming up after this commercial break.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
Come on, Jules, spot on this last one. There it is. Keep going with it. Leo.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job.
I need a new career.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
I've been there. I wasn't happy with what I was doing.
After high school, I didn't have a plan.
I just wanted to start working.
I got laid off twice, but you gotta keep going.
You just need the right skills. Find an apprenticeship.
I found a 2-year IT program.
I found a medical course online.
I'm now a consultant in the tech space.
You have more options than you think. You can do this.
You will find something.
You will find something new.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Hope you enjoyed the little break because we have a great inside look of Quinnipiac's Comic Sans first performance from Lauren.
Hi, my name's Lauren Sweeney, and I'm here outside of Buckman Theater in order to see Comic Sans' first performance of the year. Before the performance, I was able to talk to a few of the members to find out a little bit more about this organization.
Comic Sans is Quinnipiac's one and only improv comedy troupe.
We do long-form improv, so what that means, instead of short little games, it's kind of spread out between 20 to 40 minutes typically.
Yeah,
so typically we will start off by asking the audience 3 words, any word suggestions, and we will take that and we will do 3 individual scenes.
I think this is going to be the biggest show Comic Sans has had probably since its inception. This is our first show in Buckman. Additionally, we are debuting our original Comic Sans intro composition along with a light show that lighting specialist Courtney has put together for us for the performances. And this is going to be our intro forever going forward.
So excited about our first show. It's the first one of the year, especially with our new members, and I'm really excited for them to get experience performing with us.
Hey, your first customer. I mean, years of experience. Yes, years of experience. Years of experience.
Customer replies that you have
First customer of the day, of the day, of the day.
You want to go next?
You did it, big bro.
I know, right?
You did it. Nice job. I've been wanting to do that for a long time.
I really was gung-ho about being president this year, a co-president with Sarah, so that we had the chance to really make Comic Sans a name on campus, because it hasn't been before.
You thinking what I'm thinking? What do you...
On Saturday, November 5th at 5 p.m. here in Buckman Theater. So follow us at QU Comic Sans on Instagram. We're Comic Sans!
Here with a new segment called #WhatInTheWorld is Isabella with international entertainment news.
Hey guys, I'm so excited to be introducing this segment to talk about what's going on around the globe. So let's get right into it. With the Busan International Film Festival coming to a close this week, there's been some exciting news regarding the Squid Game sequel. Hong Kong actor Tony Leung, recently known for his role of Wenwu in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, made an appearance at the festival. A few days later, an Instagram post on Leung's wife, Karina Lau's account, showed him and Hwan Dong-hae, the director of the hit Netflix show Squid Game, chatting. The caption read, quote, "Ready for Squid Game?" end quote. This sparked rumors that Leung may star in the second season of the series. Leung shared with Korean Herald, quote, "If there are roles for which I can overcome the language barrier, I would like to star in a Korean drama," end quote. We will have to anxiously wait and see if Leung will star alongside the other major roles when the season is set to release in late 2023 or 2024. In other news, Jeff Barnaby, an award-winning indigenous filmmaker who was raised in the Mi'kmaq tribe, has recently passed away at the young age of 46, following a year-long battle with cancer. He is remembered and celebrated for his redefinition of indigenous cinema. Barnaby wrote, directed, and edited all of his films, which began with his 2004 short film From Cherry English that debuted at the Sundance Film Festival. Some of his other work includes The Colony, which premiered as one of the top 10 at the Toronto International Film Festival in 2007, along with his final feature Blood Quantum that was released in 2019 after 12 years in the making. Barnaby often commented on the importance of his community in the media, quote, "As an Indigenous person, you exist to move your culture forward from the past into the present to ensure its survival for the future," end quote. He has most definitely left a major impact on the film industry through his passion in his career. In the world of music this week, a new category has been introduced to the American Music Awards, Afrobeats. This category highlights artists from Africa that stand out in the growing genre. This year's nominees include all Nigerian artists, CK, Burna Boy, Tems, Fireboy DML, and Wizkid. Wizkid and Tems are already leading the African content in the AMAs by securing nominations in 3 other categories. The Afrobeat genre has become a phenomenon around the world and has impacted the music industry greatly. The addition of this category is extremely important for the awards show and the music scene as a whole. That's all I have this week for #WhatInTheWorld. Back to you guys at the desk. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been all over the entertainment industry for years, and here to highlight some of his biggest accomplishments is Michael.
Hey, it's Michael, and before Black Adam comes out this Friday, I'm here to give you my top 5 Dwayne Johnson performances. At number 5, I have Central Intelligence. This is the definition of an action comedy, and it introduces us to the amazing duo of The Rock and Kevin Hart. Johnson plays a CIA agent who was bullied in high school, and Hart plays the jock that protected him. This is a solid movie with a great message, and I highly recommend it. Number 4 is Moana. Yes, Moana. Johnson brings his whole personality into the role and everything that we love about him. Lin-Manuel Miranda's music is great, and he even said Johnson would insist on staying in the booth until he got the lines right. Number 4 is Moana. You're welcome. At number 3, I have the opposite of Moana, 2013's Pain and Gain. It's directed by Michael Bay and is about 3 bodybuilders in Florida who get caught up in a crime scheme and things don't go well, to say the least. He stars alongside Anthony Mackie and Mark Wahlberg and has great chemistry with both. I would actually say Johnson is really good in this movie, and it's not just the regular action hero performance we are used to. At number 2, I have the movie no one asked for but was a surprise to everyone, Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. The sequel to the 1995 classic is about when 4 teenagers get caught in a video game and need to beat it to get out. Johnson plays the avatar of the teenage boy and plays it great. The other cast members in the movie are fantastic, and yet again he has great chemistry with Hart. The movie did so well they made a sequel to it a few years later called Jumanji: The Next Level. And at number 1, I have his performance as Luke Hobbs in the Fast and Furious franchise, but mostly Fast 5, which is the godfather of the franchise. Johnson in Fast 5 plays a federal agent who goes up against Brian and Dom. Some say Dwayne Johnson's appearance in the movies saved the franchise because after his debut in the 5th, the quality and box office of them went up. Jason Statham and his character even spawned a spin-off called Hobbs & Shaw. So, my number 1 Dwayne Johnson movie and performance is Fast 5. Now we'll see where Black Adam ranks on the list. I've been loving the trailers and I think it's going to be great. He was announced in 2014 to play the character, so this has been a long time coming. That's it for me. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid
knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life, but how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have prediabetes, a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, but more than 80% don't know they have it. The good news is, prediabetes can be reversed, and for many people, healthy changes in their daily routine can make a big difference. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
We're back with the Hollywood News Update, and here to spill all the latest news on all things Hollywood is Krista. What have you got for us, Krista?
What's up, guys? We have so much news straight out of Hollywood, so let's get right into it. This morning, the Flash actor Ezra Miller pleaded not guilty for burglary and petite larceny charges. This comes after Miller broke into a home in Vermont back in May. The actor now faces up to 26 years in prison. Miller has previously been arrested for disorderly conduct, harassment, and second-degree assault, but received mental health treatment in August upon apologizing for their behavior. With the upcoming Flash movie set to premiere on June 23, 2023, do you guys think the movie should be released given Miller's recent actions and charges?
This is an interesting topic. I'm glad you bring this up. Me and Emily were just talking about this, and I actually have a lot to say. I feel that if producers know that somebody's done something wrong, it's not the best idea to then bring them back onto a film set.
Like recast them, right.
I'm a big advocate of like safe sets and having people there who you feel comfortable working with.
Definitely.
Especially in an environment where you have actors and set people. It's just kind of crazy to me.
I know, it is. We were just talking about this the other day, and unfortunately, Ezra Miller has been in the news for a ton of different things. I mean, all the charges that they faced are kind of crazy. I didn't even expect them, so.
And I love them in Perks of Being a Wallflower, but it doesn't equate to, your actions speak louder than words, more to say.
Exactly. So what do you think, Krista?
I completely agree with you guys. I don't believe Ezra Miller's movie should come out. They've been involved in too much controversy and too much has been going on in their personal life with the law, so I think it's best if they steer away from releasing this film. All right, on October 21st, DC's Black Adam starring Dwayne Johnson will premiere. However, fans are already displeased as an end credit scene has been leaked. Be aware that spoilers are ahead. The end credit scene has a cameo from someone we all believed would not reprise their role, and that's right. That's Henry Cavill. Superman will be returning to the DC universe. Johnson has hinted at the return, but the rumors were never confirmed until now. The reason fans are upset has to do with DC trying to rely on post-credit scenes to gain box office attraction rather than the actual storytelling quality. Do you guys think DC should steer away from post-end credit scenes that has been perfected by Marvel?
So the thing with this is I'm a big Marvel fan, and I have been for so long now.
Yeah.
And I did see the spoiler on Twitter, and I didn't realize what I was looking at first when I saw it. So I saw the Black Adam trailer when I went to go see another movie in the theater, and that alone just shocked me. Like, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is a superhero. I'm interested to see how it's going to do, because he's usually like a typecast, and this is never something I thought he'd do.
No, he's a bodybuilder, not a actor. Sorry, Dwayne. Sorry.
But DC cast, like, trying to hop on a Marvel and do a post-credit scene. I'm not sure if it's going to work for them, especially since it was already leaked. Like, they lost the surprise element already. So I'm thinking that maybe they should stick to trying to steer away from that and not hop on their competitors. But what do you think, Krista?
I completely agree. Marvel needs to keep doing what they're doing, and DC should try and find something that works for them. Well, finally, after 30 years on air, Cartoon Network will officially shut down and merge with Warner Bros. Animation. This means that the network will no longer be an independent studio. Many fans took to Twitter and other social media platforms to share their sadness, but also to thank Cartoon Network for the memories and nostalgia. Fans of the network are also mad that this can mean many of the animators and workers of Cartoon Network will be terminated from their jobs. This frustration comes from Warner Bros. Discovery deciding to lay off 82 workers and cut 43 unfulfilled jobs from its own channel earlier this week. How do you guys feel about big entertainment corporations like Warner Bros. Taking over smaller channels like Cartoon Network? Do you think this will be a positive for Warner Bros. Moving forward?
Oh, I don't know about you, Emily, but my heart is breaking. I grew up with Cartoon Network, and to see the merge happen, it hits a deep nerve.
It really does.
And not to say that, you know, studios can't do things like this, but I don't think it'll be the original that it used to be.
It definitely won't. I'm not a big advocate for big conglomerates like adopting smaller businesses and smaller companies. I really like the individuality and uniqueness we have when we have a bunch of little studios. And I myself,
Time,
exactly.
Gumball,
and we
know.
grew up on all of these Cartoon Network shows, so I'm a bit disappointed. But what do you think, Krista?
I agree. I was a big Johnny Test girl, and to see Cartoon Network get taken down is just breaking my heart. But that's all I have for this week's Hollywood News Update. I'm Christopher Wrong, and we'll be right back after this commercial break.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. It's here. It's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
This week we're playing a new game called Over or Under, where we'll be discussing if today's artists are overrated or underrated.
I'm excited for this.
I'm very excited too, so let's get started. Our first artist that we have is Doja Cat.
Ooh, Doja Cat.
We both love Doja Cat, so I don't think this is really going to be any much of a discussion. We love Doja Cat. I don't think she's underrated, but she's definitely not overrated. Like, she is in the middle.
She's an icon.
She's an icon. She's a legend.
She's
and
the
we
moment.
love her. Exactly, literally.
And the famous
and I love her music. I love her style. Everything she's doing right now. I mean, she did have that little bit of controversy with Noah Schnapp, but I think that was just a PR stunt. So we can move past that because she is an icon living, and I do love her.
Love her
songs.
So,
okay. Next one is Olivia Rodrigo. And we have very different opinions on this.
I'm gonna get murdered, but I don't think Olivia Rodrigo is awful. I can't personally relate to her type of music. I think she's a fantastic live performer. I think you do too, but I just don't relate to her.
So you think she's a little overrated?
I think she's a little overrated.
I definitely don't think she's underrated just because of all the success that she's had, but I think she's such a creative genius just with the one album she's put out.
And all
and the
that.
amount
It's
exactly.
aesthetic.
And
Yeah,
in her movie that she released about the album, she did a bunch of covers of her own music with different like genres. Like she did a rock cover or a classical cover. They were so cool.
Amazing,
and I loved it personally.
Yeah.
So
she's very creative.
She
is.
is.
There's a lot to talk about.
So love her.
For sure.
Number 3, we have Coldplay.
Oh, Coldplay.
Underrated.
Underrated. I've been to the concert twice.
Have you?
I have been to the concert twice. I went this
I wanna go to
summer.
a
They were
Coldplay concert.
fantastic. Everyone's like, oh, yellow. They are so good.
Oh my
for
gosh,
no reason.
their music slaps so hard,
Yes,
and they're so
inspirational.
underrated. Nobody ever listens to Coldplay,
Yes,
but
and they're eco-friendly.
They're
very
eco-friendly.
eco-friendly with their concerts. They have fantastic like eco-friendly everything, like your water bottles, whatever, as you go to the concert.
No, I love them. them. Coldplay, nobody can ever tell me different. You can tell me no. They are amazing. I love Coldplay. Their music's amazing.
They're awesome.
Number 4 is Adam Levine.
Levine.
This again will not really be much of a discussion because of the news that we covered a few weeks ago.
Yeah, Emily's not such a fan, are you?
I'm not such a fan of Adam Levine currently.
Yeah.
Maroon 5 music, you know, it's music that you hear when you're shopping in the mall or like in an elevator.
Like
Not trying to dog on Maroon 5, but it is.
Yeah.
But I just not a fan of Adam Levine himself lately.
For his personal choices.
For his
he hasn't
personal
made the right
choices
ones,
that he's been making, and you know, so not the hugest fan of him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say a little bit
understandable.
overrated.
Understandable.
But I think that one's understandable.
Yeah, that's a given.
So,
That's a given.
next we have Frank Ocean. I love Frank Ocean with my entire being. And as my sister would say, he's stuck in the shower because his last album is him in the shower and he hasn't dropped anything since.
Yeah.
But my sister and I love him. We listen to him all the time in the car. He's just such like his music style and all of the songs. I love them.
Relaxing.
I can't even.
I've heard a few of his songs. I'm not like the biggest fan, but I could be, you know? Like there's potential,
definitely.
there's room to
He's
grow.
like my top, like him,
Frank
SZA,
Ocean?
and
Oh,
yes, immediately yes.
Yeah,
So
he's a chill vibe.
okay, final artist we have is Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Who doesn't love Taylor Swift?
Everybody loves Taylor
I
Swift.
mean,
And if you
everybody loves
don't,
one of her songs. I love her eras. Like she's got a very interesting voice. And
she does.
She speaks to so many
She's an
people.
amazing writer. Like writes all of her songs, sings everything. She's so talented, so well-rounded, an amazing person. I love her so much. And anybody who tries to like hate on her, immediate red flag. So love her.
Yes.
Famous comedian Josh Peck and wife Paige O'Brien have just welcomed another baby boy to the world, named Shy Miller Peck. Although Peck and O'Brien did not document much about the pregnancy itself, their most recent Instagram photos of their son are adorable, and too adorable to miss. Congratulations to the Peck and O'Brien family.
Actress Carol Burnett is taking to Instagram to change the name of a Broadway theater, The Majestic, to honor her friend Hall Prince. The director, Hall Prince, created hits such as Phantom of the Opera, Fiddler on the Roof, Cabaret, and much, much more. And Carol is passing on her activism to her friends in the business to help promote this idea and use activism to make history for the sake of a beloved show creator and inspiration. Her campaign slogan is "The Majestic is fit for a prince."
That's all we have on this week for #that.
Make sure to follow us on our social media accounts and download the Q30 app on the App Store to stay up to date.
I'm Emily McManaman.
And I'm Julia Schnarr. Thank you for watching #that. From the producers, talent, and everyone working hard behind the scenes, thank you for watching. We will see you again next week.